Okay, thank you. So yesterday we had discussed the theory of Maslow's need hierarchy, and also we had started with Herzberg's theory of hygiene and motivator, or often it is also called as two-factor theory, because Herzberg was of the opinion that there are two different factors. One factors can be categorized as motivators, and the other factors are categorized as demotivators, and these factors he termed as hygiene factors. So that now we are going to discuss. Hygiene factors lead to job dissatisfaction, whereas motivators lead to job satisfaction. So first we will discuss the motivating factors or the motivators. Achievement, recognition of achievement, work itself, responsibility, advancement, and growth. So he said that these factors are called as motivators. If these factors are present in an organization, people working in that organization, they will feel motivated, and their performance will have a positive relation. Their efficiency will increase, their productivity will increase, because because of these factors, motivator factor. Now hygiene factors, he said that if the following factors are present, then they will create dissatisfaction among the employees, and if the employees are dissatisfied, it is not easier for the management to motivate dissatisfied employees. So company policy and administration, supervision, interpersonal relations, working conditions, salary, status, and security. These factors, he said, that they play a role of demotivator, whereas the factors which we had seen earlier, they play the role of motivators. Very simple factors are there. We will first discuss the motivating factor, then we will go to the demotivators. So motivating में achievement, recognition of achievement. Achievement. Now, very simple term, everyone is aware of that if somebody achieves something, then from inside that person feels very happy that I have achieved this thing. A student who stood first in the class, he was very happy as he has achieved the position of number one in the entire class. The employee who was declared the best performer, he felt very happy because he has achieved a particular target. So that is achievement. So person who feels that he or she has achieved something will always be happy, and it is easier to motivate happy employees than dissatisfied employees. Next one, recognition of achievement. Now achievement is one thing and recognition of achievement is another. The person who stood first in the class, he felt very happy The employee who was declared the best performer, again, that employee was very happy. For what? For what he has achieved in the organization or for a student in the class. Now, achievement of recognition in front of the entire class. If the achievement of the student is recognized, means appreciated by the staff of the institute, by the principal or director of the institute, then not only the person, the student who has stood first will be motivated, but others will also feel motivated. Why? Because they will feel that if we work hard and if we also come first, then next time our efforts, our achievement will all also be recognized in front of others. And everyone likes that. That if I have achieved something and if it is appreciated by everyone, I will feel more happy. Student has stood first. He was very happy. She was very happy. But no one appreciated. Wow, congratulations, you stood first. No one said like this. So the happiness will be limited to that student only. But if everyone in the class, including the students, the teachers, the director, everyone is congratulating the student that, wow, you have stood first, congratulations. If this happens, the person, the student will feel more happier, more motivated. Next time he or she will attempt for scoring more marks. Instead of coming first in the school or college, student will now try to come first in the university. So that is called as recognition of achievement. Now an employee has exceeded the target. That is why the employee is declared the best performer by the organization. Now, if the organization appreciates this effort of the employee in front of all the other employees, in front of all the managers, in front of all the persons involved in the organization, if his or her effort is recognized in front of everyone, the employee will feel more motivated. Not only the employee, but other employees who are present during that celebration, during that ceremony, they will also feel motivated because they will also understand that if they work hard, next time their performance will be recognized in front of all the employees of the organization. So this is the benefit of recognition of achievement. Employee has achieved the highest target. He is very happy, but no one has appreciated the employee. Not colleagues have not, supervisor has not appreciated the efforts, higher authorities have not appreciated the efforts. Only he knows that he has exceeded, very happy. Somebody has officially told him that this month you are the highest performer. That's it. No congratulations, no recognition, nothing. Now, this is not going to motivate the person a longer run, because he will start that I had put so, and because of that effort and hard work, I could achieve this target or exceed the target. But in return, what I have got, one day I will feel happy, for 2 days I will feel, for 3 days I will feel happy. For a shorter duration, we can say that the employee will feel happy that he has achieved something. But if the efforts are not recognized in the long run, we are not sure that this employee will again show his performance in the same manner which was shown earlier. Why? Because his efforts or her efforts were not recognized. So that is very important. Next one, work itself. Certain works which can be called as motivator, and there are certain work which can be called as demotivators. Simple example, if the job which you are performing is monotonous in nature, that every day you have to perform the same job, the job of call center employees, the job of BPO employees, these jobs are more or less called as monotonous jobs. Every day, repeatedly, same nature, same type of job is performed by the candidate. And if every day we are performing the same job, we will get bored to perform that job, and our efficiency automatically comes down. रोज एक ही काम करना है, रोज एक ही काम करना है, रोज डेटा एंट्री, और वही टाइप का डेटा, कोई अलग डेटा, और उसी की एंट्री करते रहो। एक दिन, 2 दिन, 1 महीना, 2 महीना, 1 साल, 2 साल, धीरे धीरे इफिशियंसी कम होने लगती है। क्यों? क्योंकि वो जॉब मोनोटोनस है, और मोनोटोनस जॉब हमेशा बोरडम क्रिएट करते हैं। जो जॉब का इंटरेस्ट है वो कम होने लगता है। That is why it is said that the job itself, the work itself should be made interesting by the organization, challenging by the organization. Then only people are going to enjoy, employee are going to enjoy. So work itself. So if the work is such work where every day the employee is learning something, every day same job is not performed, some different is done, then that job is going to be motivator for the employee. So job should not be monotonous in nature. The organization see to it that how they can make the job more interesting. Now the attrition level or the level of employee turnover, you might be aware of, or most of you who are working, they might be aware of, that BPO companies are having the highest turnover rate, that is employee turnover, highest number percentage of employees leave the BPO jobs. One of the reason or most common reason is because the jobs are regular in nature, monotonous in nature, creates boredom. That is why people often leave these jobs. Now, to motivate the employees to work in BPOs, the companies are trying to make these monotonous jobs somewhat interesting. How they are making interesting? By attaching various provisions to that particular job. That some of the companies are providing food facilities, good quality food, buffet type of food, which we often see in five-star hotels or good quality hotels. That facility is provided in some of the BPOs. Then the entertainment facilities they are providing to the employees, that whenever you feel bored, go to that entertainment zone, play some games, listen to music, or there are provisions of dance floors also. Go and dance and then come back to the work. So this is how the companies are trying to overcome this monotonous nature of job. When the company is aware that it is not possible for the company to change the nature of the job, then how to make that job interesting? This is how some of the companies have started doing it. And the results are positive. People start enjoying. So that is work itself. Next one, responsibility. So if you are having responsible position in the organization, if you are given some sort of responsibility in the organization, then you feel more attached to the job. It is your responsibility. Responsibility of a teacher is to conduct lectures, is to maintain the records of the lectures. So this and various, prepare the question papers, share the notes with the students, plan the activities for the students, communicate those details to the students. So all these responsibilities, if are shared with the teacher, and if the teacher enjoys teaching, then the teacher will feel motivated. Same is the case with the employee also. If responsibility is given to the employee along with authority, if you give only responsibility, then people are not going to motivate. People will be feel People will feel motivated only if the responsibility comes with authority. Manager is having some authorities and he is having some responsibilities also. So authority and responsibility, if go hand in hand, then definitely manager will feel more motivated towards his job. Advancement. Advancement means growth opportunities. If the employee sees growth opportunities in the organization for him or her, then the person will feel motivated. If the organization is having a policy that whenever the promotions are to be given, first preference will be given to the internal employees, and if the internal employee is not found suitable, then only the external employee will be recruited on that particular position. Otherwise, first preference will also always be given to the internal employee. Now suppose there is a position of executive. There are 4 supervisors working in the organization who are eligible to be promoted to the position of executive. Now, instead of promoting one of the best deserving supervisor to the position of executive in the organization, if organization doesn't give these 4 a chance to prove their caliber, and if the organization recruits someone new from outside, to the position of executive, then these four deserving candidates, supervisors, they will feel demotivated. Not only they will feel demotivated, but other employees will also feel demotivated because they will come to know that the policy of the company is that whenever promotion opportunities are there, first preference will be given to the outside candidate. And if no one is found from the outside, then only the internal candidate will be considered for that particular position. If such is the scenario, then the employees will not be feeling motivated to work in the organization. But if the employee comes to know that for that executive position, four supervisors were interviewed, they were given a chance, but as no one was found suitable, that is the reason why the company recruited someone from outside to the position of executive. People will feel motivated to work in this organization because they know that there are growth opportunities available for me to be in the organization. So when the organization creates an environment where the employee who are working in the organization, they can foresee the growth opportunities for them, that organization can motivate the employees. So advancement means the growth opportunities available in the organization. If there are many growth opportunities available in the organization for an employee, the employee will stick to the organization. He or she will not think of leaving the organization. But if the opportunities are very limited, the employee is aware that whenever there will be a opening at the higher level, instead of promoting the employees from inside the organization, somebody from outside will be recruited by the organization. If such is the scenario, the career opportunities are less in the organization. And here, if this situation persists in the organization, then good employees are going to leave the organization. So advancement is one of the area which can motivate the employees. And next one is growth. So advancement means promotion, that how the promotion is given to the employees. And growth means that how the policies of the organization are helping the employee to grow in the organization. Now, some of the organization you might be aware of that they have a policy of sponsoring the higher education of the employees. There are number of organizations you might be aware of that they have a policy that if the employees wants to pursue higher education, suppose an engineer is there who is working in the organization for last 3, 4, 5, 6 years. Now this particular engineer wants to pursue masters in engineering, or he wants to do masters in technology, or he wants to do masters in business administration from one of the topmost institute. And if you want to pursue your post graduation from one of the top institute, the fees of these institutes are also very high, maybe 10 lakh plus for a year, or maybe more than that. Now if this is not possible, paying such a high fee or huge fee is not possible for that engineer who is working in an organization. Now here he can take the help of that policy of the organization. If he clears the entrance of that particular institute, and if he is selected, the organization here takes the responsibility of paying the fees of that candidate. Now, if such growth facilities are available in the organization, there are more and more chances that not only this employee will stick to the organization, the other employees will also stick to the organization, because they will feel that if they want to pursue higher education, if they want to undergo any higher type of training program, the organization is going to help them by paying their fees for that particular training program or for that particular program. So that is the meaning of growth opportunities. Now we will come to, so these all are considered as the motivating factors which results in job satisfaction. So Herzberg was of the opinion that all the organizations, if they want to motivate their employees for better performance, they should see to it that these factors are included in the working culture of the organization. ये सारे फैक्टर्स अगर रहेंगे तो हर्जबर्ग के अनुसार ज्यादातर चांसेस है कि एम्प्लॉय को मोटिवेट किया जा सकता है बेटर परफॉर्मेंस के। अब कुछ ऐसे फैक्टर्स जो हर्जबर्ग के अनुसार की डीमोटिवेटर्स हैं, डिससेटिस्फैक्शन क्रिएट करते हैं। नाउ दीज फैक्टर्स आर कंपनी पॉलिसी एंड एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, सुपरविजन, इंटरपर्सनल रिलेशंस, वर्किंग कंडीशंस, सैलरी, स्टेटस एंड सिक्योरिटी। Now, all these factors are related to the transparency part of implementing the policies of the organization. If the policies of the organizations are not implemented properly, then these factors are going to create unhappiness among the employee, and in the long run they will feel dissatisfied. So company policy and administration, the policies of the company and how the company is implementing or executing these policies, very important. So there has to be impartiality, there has to be, say, the uniformity or transparency in implementation. If it is not implemented properly, it will lead to demotivation. Same is the case with supervision. Now, supervision, why it is called as demotivating factor? Because everyone enjoys if trust is placed on the person. If the efforts of the person is trusted, then the person will enjoy his work. For example, new employees were recruited as machine operators. As the employees were new, 10-day training was given, and continuously the on-the-job training was arranged for these 10 employees, and continuously they were working under the supervision of their supervisor. After 10 days, now these 10 newly recruited employees, they know their job well, because for the last 10 days they are following the instructions of the supervisors, and now they have come to know what job they are going to perform and how they need to perform their job. They are now well aware of. They can independently do their work. But still, when the person is trained well to do his job independently, when the employee himself or herself is aware that he or she now can independently work, and still if The supervisor is there to give them instruction. Ill supervisor, still supervisor is interfering in their performance, then this is not accepted by the employees. No one wants continuous supervision. Now, when you will be joining your organization after, say, a year or so, as executive, as manager, as trainee manager, once you know your job, once the initial training is over, training of 5 days, 6 days, 15 days, 1 month, whatever training you will be getting, once that is over, once you know your job very well, and once you have started doing your job independently without any mistake, then you expect that now no supervision should be there. No one should give me instruction. No, you have to do this job like this. I have received the training. I know my job very well, and I am able to do it independent. But still, continuously, if someone is monitoring your working, automatically your efficiency will go down, because no one enjoys working in such an environment when continuously someone is watching your performance, monitoring your performance. For initial days, when the person is new to the organization, yes, it is accepted. But later on, when the person is well versed with his job, when he is well aware of his job, then the person thinks that now he should get independence to do his work, freedom to do his work. So if strict supervision is there, then it is called as demotive. Interpersonal relations. If interpersonal relations are not good, then again it will be a demotivating factor. Interpersonal relation means the relationship that exists between the employees working in the organization, the employees and the higher authorities in the organization. So that relationship should be good. A relationship between employees and employees, relationship between employees and subordinate, relationship between employees and higher authorities. So all these relationships should be happy, should be congenial, should be smooth. Then only they are going to enjoy their work. Next one, working condition. So working condition should be good. Not only we are talking about physical working conditions, but the psychological working condition should also be good. Then only we can expect better performance from the employees. Salary. Now salary, why it is included in hygiene factor? Because after the initial period, after say 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 6 years, salary is not the best motivating factor for many of the employees, for most of the employees. But other motivating factors also play a very important role that we have discussed: achievement, recognition, work itself, responsibility, advancement, growth. They play a major role in motivating the employee. Because salary, everyone is going to get. So initially, when the person joined the organization, yes, I'll be getting 15,000, I'll be getting 50,000, I'll be getting say 80,000, 1 lakh rupees. For that, the person was very happy. Now the person is working in the organization for the last 5 years or 10 years. Now the person is earning say 1 lakh rupees, 2 lakh rupees per month. He is earning. That salary is fixed. Now, this salary component is not going to motivate this particular person, because if he leaves this organization, in the other organization also he will be getting the same salary. But what is now going to motivate this particular person is what we had discussed in the motivating factor. That are there growth opportunities available in the organization for me? Is there advancement opportunities available for me in the organization? What facilities the organization is providing me for my benefit, for my personal growth? Now, these things are considered more by the employees rather than salary alone. So, salary for initial years, yes. For the later period, salary takes a back seat. We are not saying that salary is then totally ignored, but it takes back seat, and other facilities or other requirements of the employee takes the front seat. Then status and security. Again, we had discussed that too much security does not guarantee better performance. If the organization makes the job very secure for the employee, if fixed job that once you are recruited in this organization, you will not be removed from the organization for the next 10 years, 15 years, or 20 years. If this type of total job security is given to the employee by the organization, then this total job security for the initial some days, for the initial some period, shorter period, maybe 1 month, 2 month, 1 year, 2 year, we can see higher performance from the employee. But in the long run, the performance of the employee is going to decline. Why? Because if the person gets a feeling that now my job is 100% secure, whether I'm working or not working, whether I'm performing or not performing, doesn't matter. I'll be getting the salary for the next 15, 20, 25, 30 years because my job is total secure. Then why need to worry? Why need to achieve the target? And if such feelings comes into the mind of the person, automatically the efficiency of the person comes down. So that is why it is said that job security is not motivator, it is hygiene factor. That was the reason why job security was categorized as hygiene factor instead of motivating factor. So too much of job security means less performance, and less performance is the result of demotivation. So that was the Herzberg's two-factor theory. Now, the next theory of motivation is Groom's expectancy theory. Now, this expectancy theory is based on the 3 points. First one is expectancy, second is instrumentality, and third one is balance. Effort leads to performance, performance leads to rewards. Very simple theory. Now, first, under expectancy, the employee feels. The employee has a question in his or her mind, and that question is, will my effort lead to high performance? Second question, under instrumentality, will performance lead to outcomes? And last one, do I find the outcomes desirable? Now, here, the person will put 100% effort only if the person is aware that my 100% effort will be rewarded in 100% manner. Then only the person is going to give 100% performance. Otherwise, he will not or she will not. Now here, expectancy. The organization is always expecting 100% efforts from the employees. And the employees also expect 100% rewards from the organization. It's a two-way process. Now, Vroom was the opinion that if the expectations of both are met, then only the employees can be motivated. If the organization gives a clear idea, it is having a clear policy which is circulated to all the employees in the organization, that if you achieve this target, this much of reward will be shared with you. Now, if such things are clear to all the employees, then the employee will start thinking of increasing their efforts, increasing their efficiency. Because there is always a dilemma in the mind of the employee that will my effort lead to high performance? This dilemma, why this dilemma is there? Here, before putting the 100% effort, the employee thinks whether I am going to achieve this target. And why he is thinking that whether I am going to achieve this target? Because we will assume that so far he was not able to achieve that target. One of the reasons could be that very recently the target has been revised. He tried it once but could not achieve, tried it twice, could not achieve, and third time also the same target is there or target is increased. Now here the dilemma is, the confusion or the doubt is that will my effort lead to high performance? Second, will my performance lead to outcomes? So all these things are interconnected. Will my effort lead to high performance? Will my performance lead to outcomes? Do I find the outcomes desirable? There is a correlation between effort, performance, and rewards. A arrow is shown. That arrow indicates that efforts are taken to increase the performance, and performance is going to lead towards rewards. But rewards should be what the individual employee is thinking of. Now, suppose the organization has decided that those who will achieve the target will be rewarded in a good manner. That is the policy of the company. That all those who will perform in a better manner or who will achieve the target, all these employees will be rewarded by the organization. How much reward will be shared is not communicated to the employee. Now, employee one thinks, there are say 2, 3 employees. Employee one thinks that, okay, I'll give my 100%. I'll try to achieve the target because I know that if I achieve the target, my salary will be increased by 5,000 rupees. This is what employee A is thinking. Employee B thinks that, okay, I'll put my 100% effort. I'll try to increase my efficiency. I'll try to achieve the target, because if I achieve the target, I may get an increment of say 7,000 rupees. Whereas employee C thinks, yes, I'm going to increase my efficiency. I'm going to achieve the target because I know that if I achieve the target, I will be rewarded with 10,000 increase in my salary. Now, why this difference is coming in the minds of these 3 employees? Because they are interpreting good reward in their own ways. The policy of the company was communicated to the employees, was very easy, that the employees who will achieve the target set by the organization, all the employees will be rewarded handsomely by the organization. Good rewards will be shared with those employees. How much reward? That is not communicated. Now, these 3 employees have communicated or have anticipated or have assumed that at least this much they will be getting if they achieve the target. So for employee A, what is the desired outcome? 5,000 increment. For employee B, desired outcome is 7,000. For employee C, desired outcome is 10,000 rupees. Now, if the organization, the correlation is what? That if my effort, if I put 100% effort and if I increase my performance, will I get what I am thinking, what I have desired? What I have thought is that 10,000, 5,000 और 7,000, क्या उतना मुझे उसका जो भी रिटर्न है वो मिलेगा? अगर इन टर्म्स ऑफ मनी है तो, अगर इन टर्म्स ऑफ प्रमोशन है तो क्या मुझे वो प्रमोशन मिलेगा? ये कोरिलेशन हर एम्प्लॉई करता है. तो जब उसका एक्सपेक्टेशन मीट हो जाता है, एक्सपेक्टेशन पूरा हो जाता है, then the employee will feel definitely motivated. And if the expectations are not met, then there is lack of motivation, we can see. So that is why it is said that every time the organization, when it is communicating to the employees that handsome rewards will be shared with the employees, it is always suggested that it will be better that if the reward is clearly stated to all the employees, what type of reward will be given if you increase your efforts. So here each and every employee has to think in that direction, that if I increase my efficiency, if I put 100% of efforts, then what I am going to get. And that expectation should be met positively. Employee was thinking of 5,000 and there was an increment of 2,000. Person will not feel motivated. Employee was thinking 7,000, there was increment of 5,000. Person was thinking increment of 10,000 and there was increase in the salary of 5,000. The employee will not feel motivated. Why? Because the desired results have not met. So here it is always to be understood by the organization that the expectation of the employee is to be met. In the first theory of motivation, we talked about needs of the organization. In the second theory of Herzberg, we talked about, or we discussed about, the factors of motivation. Here we are talking about, or we are discussing about, the expectation of the employee. The organization should be able to understand what are the expectations of the employee, and this the organization is able to understand only if the working environment in the organization is such that the suggestions of the employees are welcomed by the organization. There is an open door policy in the organization. If such are the policies adopted by the organization, then there are more chances that the organization will be able to implement this expectancy theory in a better manner. Because as needs vary, the expectations also vary. अलग अलग एक्सपेक्टेशन एक एम्प्लॉय के हो सकते हैं, और अलग अलग एक्सपेक्टेशन कैसे फुलफिल करने चाहिए, दैट इज द टास्क ऑफ द मैनेजमेंट of the organization. Organization has to understand that, and accordingly they have to fulfill those expectations. Then only the employees will feel motivated to work in the organization. Now the next, or the last one, is the Porter-Lawler model of motivation. This is again includes the three important points: effort, performance, and satisfaction. Under expectancy, we had seen that three criteria or three major parts were involved. Here also, in Porter-Lawler model also, we will be discussing the three important criteria present. One is effort, the other one is performance, and the last one is satisfaction. So that we will be discussing on our evening class. So before we end the session, just let me remind you again, those who have not still filled the yesterday's Google form related to the status of your vaccination, that how many doses of vaccination you have taken, please fill that form immediately, so that in the morning when we will be there in the institute, we will come to know the entire status of the class, that how many students have completed the vaccination and how many are still pending, how many have taken one, how many have taken both, right? So on that basis, very shortly we are planning to start your offline classes also, where you can come to the institute and attend the physical lectures in the classes. So thank you everyone for attending today's session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.